Welcome to Hop Odysseys, where we're traveling around looking for breweries that make great beer, but also make a great contribution to their communities. So hop on for a beer I've never had in a place I've never been with a friend I haven't met yet.
There you go.
Yeah, finally, I kept it close enough.
Today we're riding our bikes to Barre, Massachusetts to visit the Stone
So welcome to
Cow.
Hop Odysseys. We're up here in Barre, Massachusetts. It's the middle of COVID-19. As you can see, Sean here, one of the owners of the Stone Cow, and I are socially distanced. We're wearing a mask. We're trying to be safe. Sean's about to greet some other people coming down the way here. But Sean, tell me about the dream of the Stone Cow, how you got started, and the things you're proud of.
Well, I think we discovered craft beer kind of when everybody did. As a family, you know, my wife and I and her brother started to homebrew with no ideas or expectations that we would ever do anything beyond our kitchen. And our vet for the farm had been brewing beer for years. We actually brewed the beer for my wedding. And so when we got interested in beer, we started to seek out good craft beer, and we wanted to start making it. So we talked to our vet, and we started brewing with her in her kitchen. She lives just close to the farm anyway, and so learned a lot from her. And then as we started to go to microbreweries around, like as a hobby, like a lot of people do, you know, on those brewery tours, we found that, you know, everyone had that same message of sort of breweries tied in with dairy farms or farms that have pigs usually.
Well, I'm talking to Sean again. Sean and his family here at the farm did some really cool things with some fitness events.
Yeah. So so it's kind of like you know, we found that the local craft brewery scene, like a lot of the audience people that are drawn to craft beer, seem to be really it kind of interplays with fitness and stuff. So we have at the farm, because we have a lot of land, we were able to host I think up to this point 13 fun runs by various companies like Spartan, also Savage Races and things like that. So we've had several companies, 13 races in all. Our biggest one-day event or weekend event was a Spartan race a few years back. I think there was about 13,000 participants to that race. And because of us hosting, we sort of heard that Spartan was going to move into a reality TV show. And so we applied as a family to run on Spartan Ultimate Team Challenge, which you can find, I think, on Netflix, but definitely on Amazon Prime. You can look that up. It was called Spartan Ultimate Team Challenge. Episode 2 is called Bet the Farm. And we're pretty happy with how we performed on that episode. We're sort of, you know, it was year 2016, which is that was in the early days of this whole craft beer renaissance that we're experiencing right now in America. And it was still you know, microbreweries were sort of making a name for themselves as a community supporter. Obviously, because of the dynamic of most craft breweries and offering a space like this, it naturally brings people together. I mean, really that's why I think we got involved with this to begin with, was because we really fell in love with not only beer as a product, but also in the way that beer has historically brought people together. This is a product, this is something that people have been drinking beer for 8,000 years plus. And one thing that's really always done is brought people together. And we love that about it. And that's why this Corona thing is so tough for us, because really what we do here is we do sell beer, but we also offer an experience, a place that is common ground for anybody of all ages. So if you look around on a normal day, if this was normal times, you would see little kids running around, you'd see grandparents sitting with their grandchildren, people of all ages, all in a place that they feel welcome, and there's products there for everybody. If you don't like beer, you know, we've got ice cream, we've got food and things like that, and those are all things that bring people together. And as farmers, we know the importance of food and how that really does. That's the reason why people need to come and share a table, right? So, in other stuff, you know, craft beer has really, more than any other entity I think I can even think of in modern day, has really, besides just offering a place for people to come and connect to their community, they're offering, they literally give to their communities, in big ways. There's been tons of stuff, big tragedies that have happened, like California wildfires, Australian wildfires, the stuff like this. There's tons of movements where, and we've taken part in this stuff where we will literally brew beers and offer our profits to certain what we deem to be worthy organizations. We also donate to small community organizations all around. Basically, most, not every, but most groups that ask us for some kind of a donation, we do it. And we think that that's part of the course of what it means to be a craft brewery. And I think that's why you're compelled to sort of go around to craft breweries, because people like you and others realize is that this is bigger than beer.
I found bikes and beer all over the world, and sometimes that friend I hadn't met yet was simply an amazing person. On a trip to Tanzania that involved bicycling, breweries, and a safari with the majestic wildlife of East Africa, I had the good fortune of meeting a woman named Connie Neighbor. Connie founded Karama Connection, an orphanage taking care of abandoned and orphaned children, giving them housing, education, healthcare, and mostly love. By subscribing to Hop Odysseys, you help provide for these kids. To learn more, see karamaconnection.org. It may change your life.